Are you struggling with shoulder pain with sleeping and you are looking for some answers on things you can do to eliminate your shoulder pain with sleeping? Then today's video is for you. We are going to be discussing specifically my top 5 tips that I recommend people do when they have shoulder pain with sleeping. We'll discuss different positions as well as exercises that you can do before bed to eliminate your shoulder pain. We're going to get right into it. What is the number one thing that you can do if you have shoulder pain with sleeping? This one's not a genius one, guys, but I got to tell you, sleep on the other side. If you have shoulder pain on your right-hand side, you can sleep on your left-hand side, and most people will not have shoulder pain. Now, you may say, but I do have shoulder pain when I'm trying to sleep on the other side. If that's you, then what I want you to do is take a pillow and put it in front of you like you're going to hug it with that painful shoulder. This helps to keep that shoulder in what we call the loose pack position or open position. This position is very critical while you're sleeping because it allows for good blood flow and good lymphatic flow so that your shoulder can actually be healing while you're sleeping. Now, if it feels uncomfortable because that puts your shoulder in a slightly forward position, then I recommend putting the pillow on top of your side and resting your arm down by your side on top of the pillow. Again, this keeps that shoulder in that loose pack position, which will allow your shoulder to heal while you're sleeping. All right, tip number 2, if you're going to sleep on the painful side, put a pillow underneath your rib cage. So if you put a pillow underneath your rib cage while you're on your painful side, it helps to take some pressure off of the shoulder. So it kind of helps support you a little bit while that shoulder is underneath you. Now, when people are laying on their painful side, sometimes they can move their shoulder slightly forward. So they're not directly on their shoulder, but they're kind of on the back of their shoulder a little bit. That can also be very pain relieving. So if you struggle with shoulder pain while you're sleeping on that side, put that pillow underneath the rib cage to support you and try moving that shoulder slightly forward to relieve your symptoms. Now, what if you are naturally a back sleeper, but you have shoulder pain when you're sleeping on your back? Well, tip number 3 is for you. When you're sleeping on your back, I want you to use that pillow to help prop or support your arm. So this time you're going to have the pillow laying next to you in bed, and you're going to rest that painful arm on it. Again, it helps to hold that shoulder in the loose pack position, which is going to help the shoulder to heal while you're sleeping. I have had some patients who not only like to prop their arm on a pillow, but who also like to put a pillow over their abdomen or over their stomach so that they can rest their hand on that. Kind of depends on the size of your stomach. Your stomach might be able to be enough for you to rest your hand on, but just holding their arm in that position is a much more comfortable position, and they don't wake up with as much stiffness and achiness at night. Now, whether you're a side sleeper or a back sleeper, it is critically important to make sure that your head is properly supported while you're sleeping. I know we're talking about shoulder pain, but this point is so important, it's worth emphasizing now. You need to make sure that if you're sleeping on your side or you're sleeping on your back, that not only is this hole here filled in with your pillow, but this hole in here. That's why I sleep with a Pillow-Wise pillow, is to make sure that I have full support of my head and neck when I'm sleeping on my side, or if I happen to find myself on my back. Pillow-Wise pillow does a great job of supporting all the curves of your neck and shoulders. It's really important that you find a pillow that properly supports you so you don't wind up with neck pain in addition to shoulder pain later on. All right, tip number 4 is you need to avoid sleeping on your stomach. If you've been on the channel for a while, you have probably seen me talk about this before. Stomach sleeping is very bad for your neck, and it can also lead to pain in your shoulders. And a lot of my stomach sleeper friends like to put their arms up above their shoulders while they're sleeping. And I know this may feel comfortable now, but I can guarantee you, because I've seen a lot of patients in my years as a physical therapist, over time, it's going to lead to pain and dysfunction, and it just becomes a harder pattern to break later on. So if you find yourself regularly sleeping on your stomach, or you're someone who can only fall asleep on their stomach, I recommend working on finding a good pillow and finding ways to position yourself so that you do not have pain, but you are sleeping either on your side or on your back. I promise you, in the long term, your neck and shoulder are going to thank you. And tip number 5 for eliminating shoulder pain while you're sleeping is to do a light amount of exercise when you're in bed, but before you fall asleep. Specifically, I recommend doing a little bit of external rotation, which helps to hold that humerus or that arm bone in position while you're sleeping. In order to do this, what you're going to do is take a towel roll or a pillow, put it underneath the elbow. You're going to be laying on the pain-free side. Then what you're going to do is bend the elbow to 90 degrees, lift it up towards the ceiling. Remember, you're laying on your side at this point, and all the way back down. This allows some muscle contraction in the infraspinatus and also the teres minor, which are rotator cuff muscles. That will help to support the humerus or the arm bone while you're sleeping and decrease your pain. I usually don't recommend that people use weight with this, but if you feel like you need a little something, you can use a 1 pound weight, a water bottle, or a can. There's your top 5 tips to avoid sleeping with shoulder pain. If you'd like some ideas of things that you can do during the day to help decrease your shoulder pain, I'm going to recommend you check out this video here. If you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. Have a great day, everyone.